Hello and welcome to each and every one of you who are following these weekly Starseed, Lightworkers and Etmirian card readings. And I don't know how this is going to go, but the energies have been very explosive today. And this is the opening of the portal into the new eclipse, because these often happen up into the time of the event, although they play out after the event. Often it's the lead up which is the most devastating, and sometimes they can be revealing, they can be also dark, as if one's been severed from the spiritual world. And I get both scenarios, and I do not like it when it goes into the dark and there's that severing of the connection that I have always had with spirit. I truly feel quite lost and disorientated. But when I come out of that and reconnect, it's almost like there's a great big bang, and we have gone into a completely different scenario to the one that I was in the day and leading up to, even the hour before the event of the voids, which I experience. I expect other people also experience that, and I'm not the only one, but we will see where this is going to go. And this is following on from the daily reading, and that was a huge surprise to me. I wasn't expecting any of that. I don't have any considerations to what it is I'm supposed to be doing. They have landed 2 cards, and we're going to take 3 cards. And we will need a few more, because we work with 5. I'd say yes, do take 5. And there may even be a 6th one, I'm not too certain. Right, those 2. And I haven't even begun to finish up. And 1 more. They want 1 more today. Okay, let's see what one they want. Is it going to come through? They just said cut and take 1. And we'll see whether you actually need that one as well. Right. Portal, that's the first one. We are all going through a portal. And we have the I am sorry and the perspective. And we have 2 more. Let's see where this is going. And we are at this portal, and the portal that we are at is going into this final eclipse, which is the 3rd one, which is quite unusual, in a few days. And we have the solstice coming up as well. And this is a massive eruption of energy that's going to happen across the entire world. The globe is what they're saying, as we are. Often when we see beyond the portal, it's like a shimmering effect, and we cannot see clearly what it is that we are stepping into. We have an archway. This is the one with the 13th. And we have symbols and codes that are encoded around the archway. And these have been embedded into you. And we have this crystalline portal that is open up. And we're not talking the crystal grids here. We are talking about the crystalline structure within your bone. It's an actual, equates to a crystal, pure quartz crystal. Some of you have diamonds that are actually embedded within you, and I'm not talking about the diamond energy at all here. I'm talking about you and what you have smuggled through in this lifetime that has evaded being detected through not your DNA, but your bone structure that it was laid into as your soul took place. This is a moment before your soul turned into the DNA and embraced the DNA. You have that portal with you as you come through the birthing to actually bring with you very deep embedded crystals for you to unleash at the right time. However, do be aware that for those of you who can read where these crystals, and there's a way that you can actually read a hand as to what crystals has been brought through, what portals and galaxies have been encompassed within the hand. And I'm not talking your normal palm reading, this is a different form of structure. You will know what it is that you have brought into this world. And some of them can hold dark agendas that have appeared. I've actually done hand readings that I was guided to do through use of crystals to bring up what it is that you have encoded before you actually stepped from your soul into your DNA. We're talking a step removed from DNA. So although that there are been tracking the DNA from many of us, and this has come about through being an abductee and the taking of blood examples. I can remember 4 times they wanted blood examples from me for some testing, and all 4 of them went missing. They vanished. And the doctor, in the end, I gave up because the doctor didn't know what was happening. There's another agenda to track the DNA, but what is not being tracked is that step before you step into the DNA. This is a powerful understanding, and this is embedded with your mission, and it could be a dark starseed as well as one holding the light in Lightworkers, and Etmirians alike. We all have them embedded within us. So I advise you to go and get that one checked out if you know how to go through on that one. This is why it says that this is a wild card. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards, wild card. But what rewards are you going to embrace? Is it going to be the false rewards that lead you off track, that have been promised over a millennium through the controlling thing of fame, fortune, whatever, romance? They all are embedded with the rewards of the third dimension. Or are you going to look for your wild card and play your wild card that you hold within the structure and have grown within your bone structure, essence of who you are? This is entirely up to you how you play your wild card. Or you could even pocket it and keep it close to your chest, ready when you need to play this scenario out. The time may not have arrived for you to go through the portal, even though the doors are open. Just observe and watch the opening of these doors. And we have here, I am sorry, or I'm sorry, defenselessness, righting past wrongs and uprooting. But what you must consider is the fact that you are only sorry for the fact that you have allowed your essence of who you are to be sucked into this game. We all knew that we would have to go through this phase where we will be fed upon because we had brighter than average pre-DNA structures within our beings. And the more that you try to anchor roots, the more your roots will be used to suck you dry. The only way that you can actually anchor your presence in the grounding is through your heart center, direct to Mother Earth's heart center. I will state this again. Forget things like the base chakras and all the rest of it to grow roots, because your capability will end up being sucked dry by the powers that lie beneath the surface of this planet, and you will not be able to reach Mother Earth and be grounded with her through that route. The only tried and tested way is through your heart center, soul to soul. And for those of you who want to grow a pure heart center, you need to embrace the tree sentinels, because they are the only keepers of Mother Earth, and their roots can go deep. And by locking your soul into the soul of a tree, some people call it tree hugging, and you align with one particular tree that aligns with you, not all trees are open to be aligned with, through your tree, you can also get an outward passage into the heart of Mother Earth. This is a scenario where you need to have your tree and preferably grow it from seed, or you have come from a past life where you planted your tree then. Understand this and how it works, and don't be fooled with the masses to be herded against cutting down trees, trying to sever the ability for the souls to link with Mother Earth through their tree. That is why there's such a huge tree slaughtering agenda. But the most surest way is for you to go heart, soul, heart center, your soul to the soul of Mother Earth. And you can bypass the normal structures by going into source. Your soul takes its place in source, and through the osmosis you can go to Mother Earth's in source, and to be part of her soul always. That is a far stronger way of grounding. Perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. We are on Earth, and there was a time, quite some decades ago, where Spirit took me above Mother Earth when I was getting quite alarmed at the way humanity was treating her. I think I was probably about the age of 7 at the time. And I was there prepared to fight, to give up my rights, whatever, because I had such a strong love and compassion for Mother Earth. And Spirit took me so that I was observing Earth at this level. And in observing her, I was told, none of this matters. This is exactly what I was told. None of this matters. What does matter is the fact that we are here on Earth to enhance the purity of who we are and to achieve what it is we have come to hear. This is our common ground, not the scenario of what's playing out. It is just a game. All of it that is going to be opening up, and they are talking about physical wars, America, China, you name it, everybody is going to, as well as the military wars, and there's also the location wars and the health wars as well. They are all massively converging to control the masses. You are not the masses. Do not be part of this. It does not matter. What matters is the fact that you discover and hold this gateway open to the 7th dimension. And you can only do that by being an observer and being within your heart center. In love, the energy of pure love. Unconditional, you do not need to have any conditions as to what's going. It is not your journey, it is not your pathway. You have been called by Mother Earth to be an observer only. And they said, end of story. Right. Wait. It's not time. It's not yet time, sorry. Things are being woven. And we go back to this portal. We are waiting to jump into the centre of the galaxy of the matters that's going on here on Earth. The portal is open, but now is not the time to jump. The time is to get a perspective and not to rush in. and not to be part of what is about to spill over across the Mother Earth in its darkest hours. We haven't seen anything yet as to what is going to happen on this earth plane. Do not engage. And we will go on to the next one. Fall into my arms. Surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. And yes, it is going to become extreme. It is well on the way of becoming extreme. And at this moment, you keep your wild card to you and you observe, because none of it will matter as the extremes of life will play out on this earth plane. Again, I reiterate, it is just a game. Always remember that. This is just a game, and go into your heart center. Pause when things seem to get too much and go into your heart center to get your perspective and to wait. It is not time to jump yet. It is time to observe. You may have to move around. That's not a problem. That is not the big jump that we are talking. That is just being and operating and ensuring that you get your daily bread. But wait. And I'm going to pull the wild card to see what's coming on here. And we have here a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. That is your perspective, that nothing matters. Absolutely nothing matters apart from the fact that you need to hold your vision of holding open the gateway of the 6th dimension into the 7th dimension and beyond timeline. This is absolutely crucial. We need those of you who can actually operate by no doubts. You are here, you are capable. You would not be watching this if you were not capable. Absolutely no fear, no belittling of yourself, and stand strong. And you can keep this wild card away. You do not need to share this with other people. Just understand that the new earth is coming into being only because you are prepared to hold the 6th and 7th dimensional timeline open. And again, I emphasize, spend time in your quiet meditations, and it doesn't have to be long meditation. Anything like me, I get bored, my mind wanders, unless I go into such a deep state of being, and I'm transformed and transported. That's how I work. To keep me on track, that you are more than welcome to go and use the keys of my portal to go and visit the 14th dimension on Mars and sit within her temples, within the structure beneath her surface that you are watching play out. It means going very, very deep and come away with messages of your own crystalline. You have already been there before, and you have left messages within your growing of that temple that it would bode well for you to go and sit and follow and see what it is that you left there before you came here to embody a figure within Mother Earth. These are observation, gathering of information, being aware that you have all your ducks in a row, as in your portal is there. That doesn't mean to say you need to rush there, you need to wait. This is all about birthing a new earth. and not the one that holds the extremities of life. This is chaos, because we are in the creation of chaos, not a source universe that has gone astray, and we are here to hold not either side, but to bring in a new perspective of the old way, of the ancient ways of being, before this portal opened, this lower portal opened, and people fell into. Okay, I am just going to go and do these cards to see where we're going on here. We have 3. Do I take those 3? Oh, right, and there's one more. There's one more. Okay, there's a 4th one. See where the 4th one is. I'm not taking all that lot because they've only said a 4th one. Where are you? The 4th one. Right, that cut there. They're saying it's the one on the top. I'm going to put that one aside to see where we are going with this. And we have light. It is time to reveal your radiant light to the world. And this is what they're saying, that you are building up your light, your understanding of your perspective of this new earth. You are holding the radiant light for the world. And it is within this group that it is good for you to step out and embrace each other, to be able to reveal your light to those who are also about to reveal their radiant light as an Etmirian. But the outer world, we are waiting. You have your light, the portal is open, but it is not the time to jump through. It is a time to see that you're on point and you're ready to reveal your light into the 6th, 7th dimension vision. That is where you need to reveal your light. Not into the old world of the extremes, but into the new world is where you can reveal your light. So therefore you are anchoring your desire to go on up into a better, more loving environment. That is where you reveal your light, but not within this extremes of life that is going to erupt even more so on the earth plane. Observation. Expand your consciousness by observing. And it says the divine matrix of life. We are in a computer game. We are not of the computer game. We have entered it. Surreptitiously, whatever that means. So you are not of the construct of the computer game, the Matrix. You have entered this in order to be able to shut it down. To be able to return to a much better, loving universe. And by shutting it down doesn't mean to say it's the end of life. No, it means to say the extremes of life are no more. See wisdom. See your adversaries as opportunities to expand your spiritual light. You are observation. You have a choice of either adding your spiritual light to the extremities of life, or in your observation, you can put your expanded spiritual light within the new earth, not the new world order, the new earth of the 7th vibrational dimension. And the last one we have, inner alchemy. Inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. And this, I feel as though this is the most important card of all. We have been called into this universe. We are not of this matrix, but we have been invited to come in, and Mother Earth has invited us because her core is iron. I think there's some other bits and pieces part of it, but she is mainly sitting with a core of iron that keeps her in the lower vibrations. You, just by being who you are, hold a gold light inner alchemy. You have already transformed outside of this matrix, outside of this computer game, outside of this quantum physics that we are in, of this organic world. You are not of this. You hold within you your inner alchemy that is here to transform Mother Earth's own alchemy into gold also. This is what our purpose is, because this is the route out of here. This is the route into a much better way of being, a more balanced way of being, where there is no chaos, a much happier, contented way. Very interesting, in fact more interesting than ever life can be on this planet or within this universe. Understand that. Most of the films have been played out about the future, where people, societies get bored, is a third dimensional way of keeping you entrapped into thinking that there is nothing better at the end of the day. You are set within the fear of boredom. That is not so. That is not how other universes operate that are not of the creation of chaos. So that is a false trail, a false direction that many have encompassed, that they do not want to go forward because they'll end up with a life that goes on indefinitely. They become bored, they become destructive. No, that is only within the chaos universe, the chaos created universe. That does not happen outside of the universes that are not of the chaos construction. Right, they're just saying that my job is done. I hope that you have found that beneficial to you. And, they're saying the reason I pulled away from doing the Facebook ones, and that we are shutting down the access to this, is the fact that we are now going to be bringing out the books that I have spoken of, and they are going through an inner alchemy as much, and we are on track to get the first one out for the show in Bristol, should it go ahead, on the 31st of October. And I will be opening up the possibilities of people being able to invest and buy ahead of time their book at either a reduced cost or a limited edition hardback. Is in the pipework, may or may not come about, in order to be able to financially get this thing off the ground for me. So that is the reason why I have now pulled away from Facebook, and I am not going to engage in this aspect on the Facebook, only on the YouTube channel. So just to clear up that point, and they're just saying that's it. Say goodbye for this week on this particular reading. So may your heart star shine brightly until we meet again.